Welcome to Midweek Politics. I'm David Pakman. Please visit our website, midweekpolitics.com, and check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/midweekpolitics. A little bit later today, we'll be talking to Ralph Nader, author of a new book, and we will talk to him about really a lot of different stuff that's going on. A couple of new TV stations that we want to say hello to this week, starting to air Midweek Politics: WLHS TV in Lowell, Michigan, as well as WCTV in Waterloo, Iowa. Iowa, Lewis. I think this is the first time we're on TV or radio in Iowa, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it is. Yeah.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, it is the first time. So hello to everyone in Waterloo, Iowa. And it's great to be on. I was at a Barney Frank event the other day, Lewis, here up the road from us in Holyoke, Massachusetts. And he was there. He had been awarded the Democrat of the Year award by a couple of Democratic city committees or something along those lines. I mean, I'm guessing that they picked him in part because he would actually go to their event and accept the award, right? For whatever reason, I think that if it was, Charlie Rangel, he wouldn't necessarily have made the trip up to Massachusetts. He has this new book, Barney Frank, and it's something like The Only Left-Handed Gay Jewish Congressman or something like that. I thought it was a joke, but it's really the name of the book. It's not his memoirs. I guess it's a biography of Barney Frank. If our listeners, if I'm wrong, please do correct me. He gave kind of a long speech and went on about a bunch of stuff, but there was one interesting moment where they opened it up to questions from the audience, and they prefaced this section by saying the MC was Bill Dwight of WHMP, who's been a guest on our show before. And Bill Dwight said, "We're going to open it up to questions. Questions should be one sentence where your voice goes up at the end, not an entire long explanation and facts and premises followed by what's your reaction." So I think it was the second or third question, and a woman decides to ask about healthcare. So she starts going on and on about, for most of us, we feel that having asked Wall Street CEOs to take a $10 million bonus instead of a $100 million bonus is mostly a figurative thing, because to most of us, 10 million or 100 million, either way, it's much more money than we can imagine. Why don't the members of Congress take a reduction in these Cadillac health insurance plans that they have? That was essentially the question, except the question took about 5 minutes to ask. For whatever reason, I was able to just sum it up for you, but the question itself, the original question that this woman asked, took a very long time, and people were getting visibly uncomfortable when the question's just going on and on and on. And she said, shouldn't you take some kind of a hit? Shouldn't you accept a plan that isn't quite as good? Because there's so many millions of Americans that have no health insurance. So Barney Frank, basically, it wasn't as bad as the time where he told a woman that speaking to her was like speaking to a wall or something like that. But he did say to her, "Ma'am, the health insurance plan that the 535 members of Congress have access to are the exact same plans that all 3 million federal government employees have access to. So are you saying that all 3 million federal employees should take a reduction in their health care plans? Is that what you're saying?" And he went on and on to berate the woman in a way that was pretty funny for everybody, except for that woman and whoever she was there with, I would imagine. But in thinking about it afterwards, it was great that Barney Frank retaliated to her absurdly long question that wasn't the most logical thing. But even though it's true that all 3 million federal employees have the same choices in their health insurance plan, it is true that not all of them are choosing that most expensive Cadillac plan, so to speak, that the 535 members of Congress can afford, right? So he is right that everybody has the same choices, and we don't necessarily need to change the choices. But I think the question was directed more at, if you're choosing that most expensive plan, shouldn't there be some kind of additional tax? I don't really think that there should be, but there is a distinction, right? So Barney Frank wasn't 100% upfront in his defense.
I guess not, but overall, I think that it's negligible whether or not they have the big plan, a normal plan, or the Cadillac plan. It doesn't really matter.
All 3 million federal employees have the same options to choose from, and that was the point he was making.
Yeah.
All right, I guess so. Well, have you gotten your swine flu shot?
No, wasn't planning on it.
Okay, well, I have my seasonal flu shot, and I got it a couple of months ago, and I think I want to get the swine flu shot just because the seasonal flu shot, from what I'm reading, there's almost no seasonal flu going around right now. So if you get the flu, it's probably going to be swine flu. I'm also extra worried because even though I'm being told by a bunch of people I shouldn't be, because I'm going to Mexico next month, and not because the swine that the flu started with is in Mexico. That's not why I'm worried, but just because of being on an airplane, enclosed space, so on and so forth. But I guess Mexico is not in high flu season right now. So a couple people are telling me don't worry about it, specifically for Mexico. One of my friends who's going on this trip with me is he stood in line 3 hours yesterday to get his swine flu shot. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if I'd stand in line for 3 hours, but I think I want to get the swine flu shot. I don't know.
I really don't think you have to worry.
Why is that?
I mean, I'm a bartender. I haven't gotten it yet.
Right.
You know, I'm around people constantly, handling money, you know.
You'd think if anyone was going to get it, you would have. But millions of other people have gotten it, though.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think it, yeah, millions.
You never get a flu shot, though, right?
I can't recall ever getting a flu shot.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know that I need to be taking advice from you on this one.
Well, you know, I don't remember any time I wish I had taken a flu.
Have you gotten the flu?
I can't. I don't think I have. I think I only usually get just a minor common cold.
Every winter you just get a cold here
Usually,
or there.
right.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know. If our audience wants to tell me whether I should be actively seeking out this swine flu shot. I mean, if I have to stand in line for 3 hours, I don't think I'll do it unless someone emails and says I really should have the shot. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's I feel like it was almost silly to get the seasonal flu shot. There's no seasonal flu going around from what I hear. It's just the swine flu.
Right. I feel like we're kind of on the outside of the age bracket that you know, for the swine flu. Like it targets young kids.
Yeah, well, a lot of the
up
clinics,
into the age of like 21, I think is.
Well, a lot of the clinics, once you turn 25, you can't go to certain clinics. They're for 17 to 24-year-olds or something like that. I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. If my doctor gets them, I'll try to get it before I go to Mexico, I guess, is my plan.
Well, wouldn't hurt, I guess.
Right. That's my concern, exactly. Just, you know, let's get the odds as low as possible that I'm going to get this thing when I'm in Mexico, because that would be a nightmare.
I guess it would ruin your trip, yeah.